think there are a lot of things that make this school special. It's got to start with the faculty. I mean, it's a great, great group of people. Everybody that I worked with really, really wanted to come to work every day, you know, which isn't to say there weren't days that you wanted to leave work too, but there was just a great camaraderie amongst the whole faculty, and that was good. And then you blend that in with the students that are here, because, you know, I've learned that, you know, high school students, they only know what they're exposed to and stuff, so it really is up to the faculty and really the community to make their high school experience what it really turns out to be. And that shapes a lot of things. And so you put all that together with a great community that has a love for community, and then you put that with great support for the school system itself, and you end up with Morgan County.
I've had parents in other communities ask me about this school here, you know, what's special about it. One thing is we have so many extracurricular activities for children to choose from. There's nothing, you know, there's not one child that should not be involved in something, because that's the variety that we have here. We do have that culture of we're here for you and we want your child to succeed, so we do all that we can to help each student be successful in class.
I guess I would describe the students here at Morgan County as being a high-achieving group of students it's in a unique community where it's not a large city like Athens, but at the same time it is a fast-growing community. It has a tremendous community support here in Morgan County. I know that from my experience and from the experience that's still going on with the support of the school system, the Board of Education, as far as supporting the new schools that are fixing to go in place here. Also continuing the support of the Ag Education and FFA program, as well as the other groups of student bodies here in the community.
Having worked at the middle school most of my life, and then at the end of my career, having a chance to work at the at the high school level, I had a chance to compare the maturity level of the students, and it was just amazing for me and thrilling, really, to see how these kids who were perhaps so immature at middle school, just a few months later were at the high school, and things had just totally turned around for many of them, not all, but many.
For 23 years I played devil's advocate. And one of the things I'd like the students to remember here is that no matter which side they took, I always took the other side. And it's not to make them change their beliefs, it's to make them become stronger in their beliefs. And oftentimes I'm arguing against my own personal beliefs just in order to get them to think about what they're saying, what they're thinking.
One of the things as we look at how well the school has done in this community and the positive views of the community, we have so many people that have moved in the last 20 years, and many people have moved here because of the good education programs that we do have. Facilities, classrooms, instruction by the teachers. And that gives me a lot of pride. When you've worked here for so many years, it just really kind of sometimes put a tear in my eye just knowing that I had a little bit to do with that. And you do want to have an impact on people, and yet that impact still shows up for all these teachers, administrators who were part of that. When people say, y'all have got such a great school and school system, we feel like we've had a small part to play in that.
In the late 90s, I had a health issue. Had to have a kidney transplant. And it was funny. I thought the school would probably fold up because I wasn't going to be here for 6 or 8 weeks. Found out that they actually did quite nicely while I was gone. But when I came back, welcomed by my students and co-workers with open arms. And later on in that year, the yearbook decided to dedicate the Echoes to me. And it was a really cool moment for me personally, if we're talking about that kind of thing. Just because I felt appreciated and loved, and I'd always felt loved, I guess, but it was just kind of a special moment for me because, the school kind of banded together and got behind me and helped me get through that time in my life. So that was a cool moment for me.
When I went on my first interview with Morgan County High School, it was in the summer of 1990, I met Mr. Dawkins at the teacher placement fair, and he called me for an interview. And when he did, we did the interview, and he took me directly from that interview over to NBC Realty to talk to Mike Neighbors. He wanted to make sure that if I moved here, that I would have a place to go and I would have a community. And I've always felt that the link between the school and the community was really that strong, that the community takes care of the school and the school takes care of the community. Mike needed a good renter, and I needed a good and safe place to live. And I really think that the beginning of that has been consistent with everything I've ever known since.
Would I do this again? To be honest, when I first came, I was in it for 5 years. And after 5 years, I was moving on to something else, because money-wise, wasn't that great. But 32 years later, I'm still here. So yes, I would do it all over again.
I miss the relationship that I had with the student and the player that I taught and coached. And I also miss taking part in the games, coaching the game, winning and losing. And also I miss I think I had a good relationship at Morgan County High School. I think most of the students, I use the word love there. I think they love and respected me, and I love and respected them.
I think the biggest thing that I want them to walk away with is the idea that I believed in them. And I do. I believe in them.
Time brings about many changes, and I think we're looking at a good thing in a way. Think about it. We want a high-tech school. I'm probably about the nicest high school we're going to have in Morgan County. Plus, we got a career center coming, and plus, we got a brand new middle school coming. And I think it's going to be exciting for the community and for everybody, especially new kids coming up. They'll think it's cool and great.
I think the future of Morgan County High School is incredibly bright and incredibly optimistic. I think from an educational standpoint, we were one of the earlier schools to embrace, computer technologies and put computers in the school. And that was a big hurdle for us because that was that was kind of an old school, new school. A lot of times, in order to go to the next level, you've got to convince the community it's worth going to the next level. So I think with this new school being built and stuff, that's just going to catapult the high school to the next level of what they're able to accomplish. And those students will continue to pick up the torch and carry it and set new goals and new standards of excellence for their children to come into, because that's what's going to be the next generation.